Hello and welcome to Gaming Again. My name is Muzz and welcome back to another Football Manager server with myself, Luke, and Stoojy. Welcome all.
Right, mate.
How are we feeling?
Hello.
Classic Stoojy entrance.
Yeah, I'm good, mate. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Are we excited? Are we feeling it? Another server? I mean, it's been a while since our last one.
Aye, it's been too long, so I'm buzzing, mate.
Good.
I am. I'm looking forward to it. The last server went great for me, so
Yeah.
hopefully the same again.
Just not speak about that. So, what? Look, you could maybe talk about this. We've actually changed up one of our attributes, or is it a reputation level? We have changed.
Yeah.
So, in the past servers that we've done, we felt like we were getting bigger jobs easier. Like
Mhm.
someone, might
Wolves.
have someone might have get the sack from one and then got a Premier League job from a League One job. But hey
Yep.
ho.
Yes.
So we have lowered our football reputation to a Sunday League footballer, and it's had a real effect on the way we have had to approach, especially team talks and dealing with the dynamics of the squad.
Mhm.
But we'll see if that grows over the server. We'll look forward to seeing what happens. So I am Sunderland. I have, an affiliation for that club now, and it just wouldn't be right if I didn't go them again. I am going to maybe be less loyal to them this server since I done a whole server with them last time we done a server, so we'll see. Look, you have went Bolton again. Why have you went Bolton?
Because I love to torture myself, Muzz. I love pain. Um, no, it's last time I chose them because they had that kind of point deduction, and I thought that was quite an interesting save to try and keep them in the division. This time they've just been promoted back up from their inevitable relegation in 2020. So it's the club is still in a, like financial ruin. So it's going to be interesting to kind of see if I can maneuver um, in this division with that kind of financial burden, especially knowing that there's clubs like Moneybag Sunderland who can spend decent money in this way in this league. But no, I wanted to challenge myself, so I think Bolton's a good choice.
And Suji, you have went for my old stomping ground, Portsmouth. What's your reasoning there? Eh?
um, I mean, not much reasoning at all, really. I just went for a team that's got previous experience of sacking managers like yourself.
Sacked as well. That's fair. That's fair. Right. So, with all those formalities out the way, let's get to my favourite bit of any football manager: the transfers.
Mm.
So, obviously, Sunderland are playing with a bit of a bigger budget than the other two teams that we currently have. Not much more, I will say that in terms of actual money to spend, but the wage is really allowing me to play havoc in the loan market. So I have gotten 5 free transfers already, and some really good players in here: Winston Reid, uh, Kelvin Gonzalez, Kieran Westwood. Probably the biggest two players right here from a team: Giovanni Dos Santos and Jack Wilshere. Jack Wilshere, I think, is a bit of a coup to get a player of his quality at this level.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be interesting to see how he adapts to playing at this level. He should be able to absolutely wash the floor with teams and dominate that midfield area, but we will see. There's been a couple of really good loans that I've had. Uh, Callum Doyle wasn't myself, but he is my best centre back, and he's only 17, 18. Uh, Anthony Alanga from Man U is, I think, a ridiculous loan. His
Mm-hmm.
pace alone is just scary for this league. 18 acceleration, 19 pace, and he's got a very good dribbling, finishing, and first touch. So hopefully he can do some damage for this league. And as you can see, a few more loans in as well. Probably the most notable one is Jack Clark as well on the other wing. So yeah, it's allowed me to kind of play about in the free transfer market and in the loan market, which is good. I have got a lot of players on trial at the minute, so I'm just seeing which ones I actually want to keep and which ones I want to just let go and go back onto the free transfer market for anyone to put a bin on. Carlos Tevez is one I'm really looking at to bring into the club. Uh, can't think of many others. Maybe Mark Navarro, who is a wingback who I really like the look of. But other than that, I think the other ones might be getting let go soon. So it's been the start of the season. We've finished the transfer window anyway, and it's been a not bad start to the league. A home draw. I mean, you never like to draw at home, but first game of the season against Wigan, who had just came down from the Championship. So I think pretty decent result there. A decent away result. Away draws are you take them. I think the only bad results we've had was against Leeds in the Carabao Cup, which I mean it's a Premier League side. Come on, and we actually lost at Lincoln in the Papa John's Trophy, which yeah, I'm not too fussed about that. So next couple of games, I'm hoping to build on this kind of positive start in the league and work my way up and just see what happens. I've got Luke and Stuart actually in quite close proximity, so that'll be an interesting tester early on. So we shall see how it goes. So with that is me. So Stuart, how would you like to start? Would you like to talk us through your transfers or your schedule first?
I'll talk through my transfers.
Let me get transfer history. Okay, so
No worries.
where are we starting from here, Stuart?
Let's start with the lads. I've got out exactly 0 because my squad was already depleted when I came in, and I needed recruits, mate. So that's exactly what I done, mate. So as you can see, I got 2 recruits in total. Fantastic.
Only two, so you got Jack Rose and Stephen Welsh on
So
loan.
Jack Rose is a classic box-to-box midfielder from Crystal Palace, Cypriot international. So he's got that sort of international experience. So he'll be a cracking squad / regular starter for me. It's especially important in the League One to have good squad depth, especially in midfield. I've learned that lesson before. And moving on to Stephen Welsh, got him on a cracking no-wage contribution loan. I was absolutely delighted with that one. He's actually quite talented at his feet, Muzz. So, I mean,
I was going to say I can't actually see his stats, so I'm going to have to take your word for it there.
Well, he's a ball playing defender, mate, and that just tells you all you need to know about him. And for a ball playing defender in League One,
he's a no nonsense fullback for me, but we'll move on. Do click on centre back. To be fair, he does become a ball playing defender.
So I mean, my thinking behind that one was he's a cracking player for League One, so I might as well get him in for 0 wage.
Fair enough. So schedule. How has your team performed thus far? Would you say?
I mean, I've got the troops rallying, mate. As you can see, for League One, I've got off to a good start. Number of wins.
Lost your opening game of the season, so it's not quite a good start, but
I suppose. But the next few games after that, okay. So I'm currently top of League One. although it's very tight, very early in the season. But I'm optimistic about League One. In terms of the Carabao Cup, I won away from home against Cambridge in the first round, so happy with that. And in the Papa John's Trophy, the most important trophy in the British Isles, I lost against Sutton away. Fantastic.
That's a shame. So any fix? I mean, obviously we're playing each other, but it looks like you've got a tough run of fixtures. Southampton away, Charlton away, Bolton away. I think they were due to finish quite high in the league.
Mate, I'm going to play a sub team against Southampton. I think I'll get pumped, mate. I'm not going to lie. We'll see what happens, but hopefully my boys can pull off some heroics.
You're not giving them much hope if you're putting out a sub team, but anyway, let's move on to Bolton and see how they have been getting on. Transfers first, Luke.
Yes, sir.
Let's go for it. So is it just all loans, or are we starting from Ricky J. Jones?
So yeah, you can start from.
Or is it Andrew? I was starting from Andrew.
Just Andrew. We're gonna call him. So yeah, name of the game with Bolton really is sell players for money, get the wage back, and then bring players in for nothing or close to nothing with lesser wage. Last time I did a Bolton save, I got to January having spent all of my wage and all of my transfer budget. Even though I didn't buy anybody, I just spent all my wage, and then Bolton board told me that I had to sell players. So with that in mind, I'm anticipating something similar, or maybe something similar. If not, then I'll spend in January. So the idea was to bring in money and then bring some wage in and bring in players with that for less money and less wage, so that I have plenty to spare. So sold 150,000 worth of players, 2 centre backs, a striker, Nathan Delfonso, who I'm sure you're all aware of, and a couple of guys I couldn't actually sell for money, so I had to let them go on a free, but they gave me some wage back, which is good. All of my loans are zero wage contribution, because that is basically a requirement at Bolton. So I got in Andrew Omobamidele from Norwich.
Attempt.
Thank you. For all intents and purposes, I think he'll probably play in the Prem at one point. Very physically good ball playing defender, 6'4", decent pace, good strength, good jumping reach, all round really good player. I expect big things from him. Ricky J. Jones, he's had a brilliant start to this save with me. He scored 6 goals so far, top scorer in the league, but he's just a pace merchant. He doesn't have brilliant technical ability at this point, so it's probably a better loan for Peterborough than it is for me, because I'm sure he'll develop a lot playing lots of matches.
Is he decent finishing and composure for this level? So
yeah,
good surprises.
Yeah, we'll see. But he's done well for me so far. Missed a couple of chances, but hopefully that's not something that we see throughout the season. The signing I'm most pleased with, though, is Abdoulaye Diallo, goalkeeper. It's an area I was really weak in. Both my goalkeepers, Matt Jilks and Joel Dixon, are 2-star goalkeepers at this level. So I really needed a goalkeeper. Abdoulaye Diallo comes in at like 3.5 stars, and he's on less wage than what Matt Jilks was. So really good bit of business for me. The other couple of frees that I managed to get in, Steve Lawson cover it right back. Okay for this level. He's not going to pull up any trees. Neil Taylor, I'm pretty pleased with. He was on trial with Sunderland multiple times during that window.
I was looking at him, but I've got quite a lot of cover at left back. So
you do
a lot of youth at left back as well, which I do obviously like to play.
Yeah, and to be fair, that's kind of a theme of that whole window for me, was that I was kind of feeding off the scraps of other teams in the league. A lot of loan bids that failed because they went to other teams in the league. A lot of free agents that failed. Andre Wisdom was one. He chose, I think, Shrewsbury over me. There was multiple people that kind of would choose Sunderland or Pompey over me, but there was also lots that had absolutely no interest in talking to Bolton, but maybe had interest in talking to Sunderland and Portsmouth. So I was kind of having to kind of get the best of the rest. That was kind of where I was having to scout. And whenever there was a player that you had on trial that I'd seen that you didn't bring back on trial, instantly I was picking them up and seeing if they were good enough for me. And Neil Taylor was a good example of that. For what I can do with Bolton, I'm pretty pleased with what I've done. I think it's a balanced squad.
Your
Um,
standout one is George Dobson. I mean, he was my captain, fantastic in the last server.
and it,
Any issue I had, I'd sent to him, and he dealt with it.
yeah,
Never had
and
any problems.
to be fair, he's not going to play a huge role for me this season because I've got a player who's can potentially grow a little bit. MJ Williams playing in that kind of ball winning midfielder box to box role that George Dobson would fill in. So he's great cover. Because it's League One, he'll play lots of matches. So yeah, I'm pleased with that one as well.
And so your schedule.
Yeah.
How's your start been?
Been good. My board, I don't love my expectations from my board. They want me to get the top half. That's where I differentiate from used to. Yous are probably both looking to be on promotion picture in some way or another, whether it be playoffs, whether it be automatic promotion. I just kind of want to be comfortable in the league. So I'm worried about the top half thing. I was worried, but we've had a great start. And those worries are fading ever so slightly, although it's a long season.
Yeah, it is.
But we've had a great start, so I'm pretty pleased.
Yeah, I mean, we're making up the top four, 3 out of the top four, so all of us have had a good start. I think we've all had a little blip. I mean, I've still to play. I've got a game in hand over you both at the minute, but it's too early to call at the minute. We'll see how the season progresses. I just want to make it through a season and not get sacked the first season. It has happened to me too often that I have. It's happened to me both times we've done a server. I've started and we've creating loads of chances, and I just can't find a striker to score goals for me. So I need someone from my squad to come out and blossom into a beautiful striker for me. And if I can get that, I think I can manage my job. Because I think in the games already I've seen that we are wasting a lot of chances. But it's just the nature of kind of League One, isn't it? You know,
Yeah, that's how working with the quality players.
We're used to being at like Premier League clubs or starting that in our single player saves and then dropping down to leagues like this. You're not going to finish all your chances. Anyway, so with all that said, I mean, we're going to see how the season develops. We'll do another video in January, I think. I don't think we'll do any recordings of our matches this season, just because I don't want it to kind of blow the episodes. If we get far in a cup competition or we meet each other in say we get to the Papa John's Cup final or something, maybe show that. But I think just a January video and then an end of season video, and then maybe as the games start to get a bit more quality in them as we move up, I think we can start to show them. But anyway, so all that's left to say is any thoughts, comments, general hostile remarks, leave below. Thank you very much. Bye bye.